Up Late with Johnny Potenza is filmed in front of a live studio audience. Coming to you live from the city that never sleeps, New York City. It's Up Late with Johnny Potenza. Please welcome the host of Up Late, Johnny Potenza.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. What happened to the P's? P. All right. A little late, but that's okay. How's everybody doing in this hot, humid weather?
Yeah.
That good? It must be that. It must be that hot. I hope everybody enjoyed this summer. And what are we? August 4th today? It's almost over. By the time this airs, it's going to be almost Labor Day weekend. But anybody have any good stories to tell? Anybody out there? Don't talk too much right away. Okay, well, I'll start it. This summer I actually turned into a beach bum. It's the first summer in a long time I actually feel good. I want to enjoy life, and I've just been staying down the shore. Destination unknown. I'm not going to tell no one where I'm at. No one even has my address. And that's it. I work during the week, and then I go down to the shore for the weekends. And then that's it. But we got a cool show for you tonight, but I got good news, and I got bad news. So I guess I'm going to give you the bad news first. Right, Dan? My special guest tonight, as we all know, from the Jerky Boys, Johnny Brennan from Family Guy 2. Him and his wife got COVID last night. They've been sick the last couple of days, and last night they confirmed this, so he had to cancel. But he will reschedule somewhere down the road, and he told me to tell everybody that he's sorry, and he will be back. So let's just hope you get better, Johnny, your family. Just give him a hand. But the show must go on, and we got a great show for you tonight. And with the two guests that we have, we're just going to extend it. My first guest up tonight, okay? Let me see who we got here because I'm a little right then. Okay, they're a nonprofit Mason writing organization. We have the Widow Sons with us, and we have Mike, Pete, and Danny in the house tonight. We're going to talk to them in a little while. Yeah. What is everybody got like a delayed action in the audience? And no one's even drinking. They were supposed to fix this heat in this place a while ago. I think when I come in here, they just mess it up. I don't come back anymore. But you're gonna burn me down. I'll still stay here, right? Yeah. I gotta go pee now. Wait. Okay, for our entertainment live musical act tonight, they're well known all over the East and the West Coast. They're big in the Jersey Shore. We have the Bob Polding Band with us tonight. Yeah. And that's it. I'm going to sit down and talk a couple of minutes with you guys, and we're going to bring on the Widow Sons.
Yeah.
And I will tell you their full names when I sit down. I had a brain fart a minute ago. So let me get some of my Manhattan my Manhattan coffee here. Legal. Now listen, this is what I've been doing. I just got off like a 5.5-week run with the city plasterers with the union, and I wind up getting hurt on the job, pulling my neck out, working on a 3/4-inch ceiling in the balcony. So I pulled a disc out, and I got some ripped muscle, not ripped, but torn, whatever they said in the back. I guess I pulled out a bunch of stuff, so I had to take time off. So now I'm just recuperating with some physical therapy and massages and all that nonsense. So, but I'm on my way to recovery. So, and that being said, we're going to be running straight through until the holidays with new shows. We've got a lot of great guests, exclusive guests that are going to be coming on the show in the following months, and we'll keep you posted. I know Joe Corsi's going to be here in September. We got a lot of cool people coming up. So without further ado, let's bring up our first guest. As I said, they're a nonprofit Mason writing organization. Let's give it up for some of the fellas in the Widow Sons. Danny Boy, what's going on? How you doing, pal? What's doing, buddy? Give yourselves a clip. So what's going on, Danny?
All good, John.
My
All
man.
good. I'm glad you have us on. We could talk about a charity drive that we have going on right now.
This
and
is a
little bit
long
about
time
our
coming.
organization.
Yeah, so talk about it.
So the Widow's Sons is a Masonic Writing Association. We've been around for over 20 years. We're presently in 46 states, Puerto Rico, and moving in on 60 countries now. So we're a worldwide organization. We're all made up of Freemasons. You have to be a Mason to be a widow's son. And as many know, Freemasonry was started hundreds and hundreds of years ago. We are the oldest and largest fraternal organization in the world. And everyone that's a widow's son, like I said, is a free. You have to be a Freemason first to become a widow's son. And we're made up of Freemasons that love motorcycling and love to raise money for different charities. And our chapter here in the city, Staten Island and Brooklyn and stuff, we started going on 10 years ago. The organization itself was started over 20 years ago and spread out, growing every day, and do a lot of good stuff and a lot of grassroots stuff and a lot of stuff that we do internationally as well, charity. And here to talk to Johnny tonight and get a little exposure on what our latest charity drive is all about. And it's something very near and dear to us and to the community in Staten Island and Brooklyn as well.
Now, Danny, I know you a long time. Me and Danny, before we go any further, I know Danny since I'm 8 years old from Brooklyn. We grew up together, and we've stayed friends forever. He's one of my best friends, and Danny's such a likable guy. He's a real American. He probably has about 100 best friends, but you're one of my best friends, and I love you. You know
I
that.
feel the same way, pal.
And I just started getting educated with everything you were doing. There's different logos with what you have,
Right.
and then the old.
Well, there's
Explain that to us.
There's 3 different center patches of on our back of our vests. One is the widow Elvira. Some states have that as their center patch. Wear the wings in the pyramid with the what we call working tools.
Yes.
The Masonic working tools. So, no, you got it out. Pete, why don't you get up and show the back of the vest so the audience sees the back of the vest. So that's what the back of our vests look like. And since we're the chapter here in New York City, we're the only ones that have this patch here, and it's a 9/11 memorial patch. Right. And it's part of what they call the set that we have.
So that's yours personally?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Because I read up a lot. There's a lot of different things, and what you guys do is a whole different thing. And what's the old thing is with the C and I, the eye of the Providence back in the day? Wasn't that in a patch too?
All C and I. So it dates back very far. I mean I don't remember what years, but
years.
Years and years ago. It dates back
thousands of years.
Yes, actually thousands of years.
Yes.
And it came from the West Coast, back in Egypt and all that. So it was just all seeing everything around them, making sure all the Masons were always looked after. Can't get too much into it. If you want to know more, you got a petition.
There's just too much history of it.
There's tons of history. I mean, a lot of it's good. Most of it's good. There's some bad publicity, but that's just people that.
But for
are
what
haters.
you guys are doing, you're pretty much like technically all retired, whatever you are.
I think almost just about, maybe one or two of us in our chapter are still working.
Okay.
Like we still work. We do have some guys retired from one life,
And they go to another.
and they do another
Yeah, I
life,
got you.
and they got to keep working. Otherwise, you got to stay home with the wife. But
I hear you.
sorry, honey. But what we're driven to do, the Widow's Sons itself, is charity. Every Widow's Son chapter, and there's many, like I said, 46 states, Puerto Rico, different countries all over the world. I mean, it's cool when we travel and we, go different countries.
That was going to be my next
yeah,
question.
I mean, I've been to South
everywhere.
America. Yeah, I've been Mexico, Brazil, Europe, Puerto Rico.
Now, what do you
Couple
do
of
with
weeks
the
in the
bikes?
Philippines.
You get bikes when you're
Well,
down there?
that's when there's chapters in different places.
And they lend you bikes? How does that work?
Yeah, they'll set you up
That's
with
cool.
motorcycles when you get there. Some guys, listen, we have people staying over our houses that, we just had last month 2 guys from the Philippines. They stayed with me. Guys come and go and from all over the world, South Africa, all over Europe. And all the chapters the same thing. We're charity driven, right? So, like I said, we're just shy of 10 years, this chapter, when we started it. And we've raised a lot of money for Shriners, St. Jude's, Ronald McDonald. And we did a lot of different charities.
Yeah.
And those are all great organizations. They do wonderful work. The Shriners, again, Masonic, it's phenomenal. But we were a little fish in a big ocean there. And we wanted to do something more close to home.
Of course.
And that'll matter more for our community.
Oh,
Even though, don't get me wrong, like we drive once a year down to the Shriners and give a nice check to them. It's heartfelt, absolutely, and we would continue to do that. But, about 3 years ago, something close to home came up, and that was the Staten Island Hospital
Foundation with the
Pediatric
Oncology
Center that's going to be built. And how we got involved with that is every Christmas time, just like we do food drives around Thanksgiving every year, our chapter, and give it to people that ain't as fortunate as us, we go and give toys to, the kids in the hospital, in the pediatric unit. So about 3 years ago, some of the people that run their public affairs in the hospital, Jamie being one of them, Jamie Machia, and I forget his name. I'm a little shy. I don't know if you can figure that out.
It happens when the lights go on.
But they called up and they said, thank you so much for the toys again and everything, and they wanted to know more about the organization. And we told them, and they said, well, why don't you come down and let us give you a tour of what's going on here.
Yeah.
So we went down to the hospital, and they told us about by 2023 they're going to start the first dedicated just to pediatric oncology center here for us. Now do kids get treated in local hospitals and go get their chemo? Yeah, they do. But it's broke our hearts when we went there.
No kidding.
They took us in there, and here we got little squirts, 5, 6-year-old kids sitting in a chair getting chemo next to somebody that's 60, 70 years old. Yeah. That in itself,
breaks your heart.
That breaks your heart. And then they told us about that they're going to be breaking ground and they're going to be making a center it'll open up by 2023. And we jumped right in. But this is going to be strictly, that pediatric oncology center is going to be strictly for kids. So they only get treated with other kids around them. They have toy rooms, the atmosphere.
Right.
And like
It is. It's supposed to be more catered towards the kids so that they have a great feeling. To be inside the room with all the toys and the other kids and not be in part of the hospital with all the hustle and bustle going on. and they're trying to get the tempo, an upbeat tempo in there, and everybody's going to be catering to the kids in there. That's what it's about.
You see the commercials all the time with the kids, but until you're in front of it and you see it, I witness it. Times people in my family, and you're sitting there, and the kid's saying like, "Daddy, I don't want to get chemo. Daddy, please," and he's crying, and like kills you.
Oh,
You know,
it breaks your heart.
You know, it's like the commercial's one thing, but when you're right there and you see it,
Well,
it's
a lot
tough.
of these kids too, they have to travel far. So the idea of being on Staten Island is they'd be close to home. So there's always one parent with them, and they're away from the home. So now they can have the parent come with them, be close to home, and still.
And get home after and go home to their own bed.
Right.
Where a lot of times if they go to somewhere else, they have. That's
on
why
that
how
chair.
like Ronald McDonald House started,
Yeah.
so the families could stay while the kid gets treatment. God forbid your kid is sick. That's enough of a task
Yeah.
and heartbreak to deal with. It'd be nice to go back home after your treatment. You take the kid home. He's in his bedroom around the people that know him
Yeah.
and he's comfortable. So
And we
we're
decided
really
to-
behind this 100%. We've done numerous raffles. You've been to our events before.
Well, I'm going to be going to more. I just really started going to. But let's give these guys a hand for caring, right?
You have it for me right here, Dan? I think I have it right here.
I got a different picture. I don't know if you
Show, you got to show them that one in a minute. Let me see.
Gotta let him zoom in on that.
You know, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say, but we pledged $50,000, and we're like 90% there. So this is, you know, one of the fundraisers that we're going to be doing, and we would love to have some bowlers come out on September 10th at Rab's Bowling Alley on Highland Boulevard.
This would be great. Again, September 10th, Rab's Lane.
And that
You know,
$10,000 check you
2:30,
were donating is great.
Come, you bowl, you know, you give back to the kids. And what, you know, we're a legit 501c3 recognized. We make nothing.
Nothing.
Like a lot of places, and I won't get into names, you get, for every dollar you give, 50 cents of it
Yep.
goes towards overhead. We have no overhead. We have our meetings in Pete's garage. You know, when we go out to sit down and have a meeting, we buy the food. We don't take it from. So
Right.
every nickel we get in goes towards the kids.
And that's big because a
And-
lot of places, as you said, excuse me to interrupt you, we can't mention names because forget about it.
I wouldn't.
But people take out the money out of the budgets for
Sure.
everything, for dinner,
Parties, we don't
this,
do any of
that.
that.
Nope.
We pay our
No.
own way. And to be perfectly honest, there's a lot of wonderful people in Brooklyn and Staten Island and in the city here that have donated a lot of money to this cause. You know, they could make, you know, we'll hustle to give them $50,000
Right.
in a donation. So there's a lot of rich people out there
Yeah.
that will just give that in a one-shot check, and they do. And what matters, what, you know,
We're the
we
little-
want
we're the
you
little guys.
help. You got to help us help them. Most people, middle-class people, regular people, you can't afford to give that money.
No
but
way.
if you come to, say, a bowl-a-thon and you spend $30, $40, $50, or you buy a raffle, like we raffled away trips, you know, whatever it is, like that we have going. We have good raffles. If you buy a $5 or a $10 raffle, that, you know, that $10 may be your lunch money that day, but that's a sacrifice to you just as much as somebody that's got millions that writes out a check for $100,000.
Yeah.
So we do what we do to make regular people like us.
Yeah, grassroots. Yeah.
Yeah, we raffled off a motorcycle, like you said, we raffled
Yeah,
off a trip
brand new
to,
Harley motorcycle.
You guys get a lot of people that support you,
Yeah,
and
we
then
do.
they give to the cause.
Yeah, we
and
do.
then
That's great.
one hand washes the other.
Well, they know 100% of it is going to charity.
Yeah.
Like you said, nobody's here is going out to dinner or anything. Not being, no pockets are being lined.
I can't even get them to pay for dinner, so I get stuff at the door.
We eat big, so that's why we need to pay for ourselves.
We're going to concentrate for now on the Staten Island Pediatric
Yeah.
Cancer Center.
And we need it
Yeah, we need it here
Bad.
badly. The island, we all know, is growing
too much.
rapidly. If you don't think so, get on the Staten Island Expressway, and you'll know what we're talking about right away.
Just being in Jersey for the weekends and coming back here, I get road rage, and it's like I was so used to the traffic on Staten Island, but then you really realize how many
You
people.
never drove too good anyway.
Me, no, he's that's for sure. I calmed down through the years. But yeah, what was I going to say? With the Sloan Kettering in the city is overpacked.
Yeah.
There's people in halls,
Right.
not
And
even
they're
just the waiting
phenomenal.
rooms.
They're great.
They're all great, yeah.
Sloan is
But they're,
cream of the
they're
crop.
overwhelmed.
And again, a kid who's got a mother and father would have to battle traffic to get to Sloan,
Yeah.
find the parking, hook the parking up, take the kid in, get the treatment, battle that traffic back. Something right here for us, for the people of Brooklyn and Staten Island
Yeah.
to get there and get home that day and take that little extra stress out of those little bodies. Who could want more? We need this. We got to get behind this.
This one can lead to another, lead to another, lead to
Yeah.
another. And that's what the goal is, I gather.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
So now that picture that's in your pocket, why don't you tell people about that? Camera, focus in on this over here. Danny can tell you the story.
So the kid with this kid, that's him. I was always bigger and better looking. Right? And that's his little brother.
That's
and
Joey.
two other guys, kids that lived on the block, Tommy and Nicky.
and there's
but
Danny.
anyway, that day, ironically, the first charity event that I've ever partaken in was set up by a wonderful man, his father, God rest his soul.
That's it, right? Mr. P.
Mr. P. God rest his soul. Fireman, hero in his own right.
Thank you.
He was the youngest father on the block, and he got stuck with him as his first movie. So Mr. P put together. It was a Jerry Lewis.
First it was the Ronald McDonald, then we did the
Ronald
Jerry
McDonald.
Lewis.
And what we did was we closed the whole street down on the sidewalk, and we made our own rides and all this other stuff and
Yeah.
donations. We were hitting cars. So we collected a couple of $100. We were like 10 years old. And that was the first time we did, or I ever did, any type of charity
So it's in your
thing.
blood.
Yeah, and
that was a-
ironically,
that was
he's
a lot
got
of
us
fun.
here today to try to
And we're going to
put
drag
it
you
forward.
in now, too.
Yeah.
Listen, I would love to. Now I wanted to ask you this just as a guess. Like, what if somebody in the audience or somebody sees this on TV and they want to join you guys? I mean, what's the initiation? Is it like the Little Rascals Club where is it the mob? Like you gotta whack somebody? How does it work?
no
It's
whacking.
nothing like the mob at all.
Do you gotta rob somebody? No, I'm just
You have
teasing
to
you.
ask
No,
Mason
so,
for a petition.
yeah, you would have to ask one to be one.
Okay.
That's number
And what's
one.
the initiation?
You have to be to be part of the Widow's Sons. You have to be a Mason first.
Okay.
You have to be a Mason. If you're
Right.
not a Mason,
That would be your first step to become a Mason.
What about a plasterer?
What was that, DC-9?
262.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're going to have to work on that.
Teasing you.
Yeah. No. But, yeah, first you start off being a Freemason. Then from there you can, ask.
You can join different
You can join
component
different
bodies.
bodies of.
It's almost like the Sons of Anarchy, but in charity, right? Teasing
Nothing
you.
like that.
I know. We're just teasing.
but yeah, you got to be a Mason first, and then. But guys that aren't Widow's Sons, they ride with us. We go to different rides. A lot of great motorcycle organizations in the city here in Staten Island and Brooklyn, Jersey. They have rides. They sponsor rides for a different charity. And you don't have to be part of any, either like we're a riding association or a motorcycle club, or you could just go, and there's a lot of people every weekend get on a motorcycle. Watch those people out on the bikes, folks. Please.
Yeah.
There's a big difference. I went through 40 states here on a motorcycle, and you go to some states, and everybody really watches and is really courteous to motorcycle riders. Then you come back here, and I'm on the BQE, and I feel like Mad Max,
Besides avoiding the potholes and the craters,
Oh, yeah.
you got to avoid trucks, buses.
People are crazy. They don't care.
If you see traffic backed up, and then you're sitting there and you're cursing, and you see like 500 motorcycles roar by, I'm sure people have been there, realize that when they're done, they just raised thousands of dollars for veterans, for cancer things, for good causes.
Right. Yep.
So have a little patience. I just wanted to get that in there too. They can't all be joking with this guy.
That's awesome. Yeah. I got a good idea that could bring a little more of a draw, as long as I have enough to notice. And I know a lot of the big guests that I get, like Vinny Pastore, I know will be into us, and some of these ex-sopranos and freestyle artists. They would love to. They like doing stuff like that, and that'll draw more people in.
We would
Tank,
love
we
to
would
have
love
them.
it. Do it.
I just need a one-sheeter, and then I can send it to them, you know?
Yeah, again, we're a 501c3. Whoever needs to see the paperwork, we have it. You can look us up. Please, help. I don't know
us,
any
help the
other way to
children.
say it. Help us help people in need. And that's what we're all about, you know? And as far as the pediatric cancer center, oncology center that we're going to have here, I don't even like using that word, but this is something that I pray to God nobody in this room or us ever have
Never has
to
to use.
deal with it.
Yeah.
But knowing that, like they have a saying there that it says, basically treat a horrible disease close to home, right? And it's true. Just picture that. How many people don't even want to go and get in a car and deal with the traffic and all the nonsense into Manhattan to Sloan? Imagine now, going there, having the anxiety that you're going to get this treatment.
Yeah.
You're driving into Manhattan, bumper to bumper.
And you're a kid.
Then you get done, and you're a kid. You get done. You sit there, you get that horrid poison in you, right? And now you got to sit in that traffic coming home.
Yeah.
Right? Or you got to stay there, not in your bed, not around your little brother, your little sister. We need this, folks, please.
So now listen, where could people find you on the internet if they got to look for you guys? Website, Facebook,
Well,
Instagram?
We're the Widow Sons Cornerstones. So I have these flyers here. I don't know. I think we have a few. Please, if you know, like the bowl-a-thon is if you can't make it to the bowl-a-thon, but if you see something out there going down, down in time, down the line, please. We're legit. We're 100% legit. Everything goes to these kids. So buy a raffle if you see us, by the hospital standing there and some ugly-looking guy is there trying to sell you that $10 raffle. It's going for a good thing, please. And you win a lot. We raffled off, like he says, $20,000 motorcycle. We raffled it off. If they didn't want the motorcycle, you take the cash value. We just got done with a raffle of Mohawk Village.
Yep, Mohawk Village. Weekend of Mohawk Village.
Weekend. Other things we've raffled off, good stuff. And we're going to have another raffle coming up soon after we're done with the Polathon. And I'm sure it's going to be something that everybody's interested in. So if you see a guy with a vest like this out there selling those raffles, please.
And we've had the pleasure of going down to the hospital when we donated the check and meet some of the doctors and stuff and actually see the room that the kids get to come into. Like they set up a room with a fire truck and a bunch of toys to really make these kids feel a little bit more like, kind of at home or whatever. So it's really good. It's a very upbeat situation that they got. The doctor and everybody, they all seem excited to really get this thing off and running. I think it's a great thing.
Well, listen, guys, thank you so much for coming and giving me the pleasure talking to you and informing us more what you guys are doing. It's a great thing, and you'll be welcome back on the show in the future. So let's give it up for the Widow Sons. Yeah. Have a seat. Yeah. We got Mike, Pete, and Danny. So we'll be seeing more of them in the future. Now for our musical act tonight, let's give it a up late welcome for the Bob Polding Band.
Thank you. We're going to start you off tonight with, first of all, Johnny P, thanks for having us. Appreciate it. How's everybody doing tonight? Thanks for coming. We're going to start you off with a song that has an anniversary, actually, this month. It's 20 years since this song has been playing on Armed Forces Radio all around the world to our troops. It was originally written for the families that, unfortunately the soldier doesn't come home. So that's what the song's about. And it's been spinning for 3 times a day for 20 years to our troops. So they're probably tired of hearing it. So I'm going to play that for you now. never see. He died for freedom, he died for you and me. As she sits at the table, there's an empty place tonight. She looks into that little girl's eyes, said, baby, it'll be alright. Sets her in a cradle, and she tiptoes across the room. As the tears fall, she whispered, God, you took me much too soon. And shake the memory of the last words that he said. Please kiss my baby girl before she goes to bed. And he was brave, he was strong, gave his life, right or wrong. He was so young, but he stood tall, without conviction, answered the call. So far away, so close to be, you will always stay forever free. They met in high school, they had a bond I could never break. Dreamed of raising children in a house there by the lake. Not always together, but never apart. Two lives in rhythm, beating as one heart. A life full of laughter and a house full of love. Never went to bed angry, to see the fit just like a glove. How could she imagine what the future had in store? Restless nights of dreaming, he was standing by the door. And he was brave, he was strong, gave his life, right or wrong. He was so young, he stood tall, without conviction, answered the call. So far away, so close to be, you long to stay forever free. Come on, baby. Mama has a new baby girl, she has a dad she'll never see. He died for freedom, he died for you and me. And he was brave, he was strong, gave his life, right or wrong. He was so young, but he stood tall, without conviction, answered the call. So far away, but so close to be, you long stay forever free. Thank you. God bless this country. Well, you can take my money, you can take my brand new car, take my 9 to 5 and my license to drive, but you'll never leave a scar. I got some sunshine and a song in my heart. I got a woman who loves me, blue skies above me. I ain't never done no harm. How far can one man fall before his world falls apart. If it does, I'll pick up the pieces and I'll head on back to stop out. And it's a damn good day to be alive. It's a damn good day to be alive. You can take my money, you can take everything inside. Try to point the blame, talking my name, but I always land on top. I got some good friends, the kind you hold on to, the kind who's got your back when the deck is stacked, even when you lose. How far will one man fall before his world falls apart? If it does, I'll pick up the pieces and I'll head on back, stop, out, and it's a damn good day to be alive. It's a damn good day to be alive. Come on, baby. How far will one man fall before his world falls apart? If it does, I'll pick up the pieces and head on back, stop, out, and it's a damn good day to be alive. Let me hear you now. It is a damn good day to be alive. It is a damn good day, and it's a damn good day, and it's a damn good day to be alive. It's a damn good day to be alive. Thank you. We're going to steal this next one from Bruce. Not Bruce Wayne. Mr. Springsteen. We're going to welcome Mr. Johnny P. on the drums here, please. Johnny P., Bobby P. It's meant to be. I just thought about that. I don't do many Bruce covers when we play out and about. But this is an obscure one. It's called Lucky Day, My Lucky Day. Have you heard this one yet? See what I mean? Okay. Let's give it a shot. Well, I see strong hearts give way to the burdens of their kind. Huh. Honey, oh, my lucky day. Baby, oh, my lucky day. Well, I lost all the other bets I made. Honey, oh, my lucky day. Here we go. Well, I waited by your side, and I carried the tears that you cried. With the wind, darling, we must play. So don't hide your love away, honey. Baby, oh, my lucky day. Well, I lost all the other bets I made. Honey, oh, my lucky day. Come on. Now rock and roll till you break your stick. Johnny P, come on. So listening to you guys talk here tonight, the Widow and Sons and Johnny P, see the connection of growing up together on the streets, right? And I wrote this song years ago. We've been performing it forever. It's called My Streets. I'm going to dedicate it to everyone in the room tonight. Walked the same streets that I did as a kid. Swept the same porch that my daddy did. Learned how to fight, how to get high. Never had much, but I got by. Met my first love at a bar in town with a bubblegum breath and a pink prom gown. Her eyes met mine as I walked in the door. Angel in heels on a beer-stained floor. These are my streets, it's my home. A little piece of earth that I call my own. These are my streets, I can run free. Memories carved deep inside of me. I was hellbound and broke till she made it right. Learn how to love on that hot summer night. Visions of us lying there on the beach, just like the stars so far from reach. Tattoos of love on the palm of my hand, love buried deep beneath the sand. I was out for a walk without a plan. You in these streets, you made me a man. These are my streets, it's my home.
little piece of earth that come on. These are my streets, I can run free. These are blood deep inside of me. Where the sea breeze blows so cold, so many stories left untold. Where the visions fill my head, so many stories left unsaid. This is my home, little piece of earth that come on. These are my streets where I can run free. The memories call deep inside of me. These are my streets, this is my home, little piece of earth that come on. These are my streets where I can run free. The memories call deep inside of me. Come! Little Jenny was a girl next door with a head full of dreams. She packed her bags and she headed west when she was just 17. Her daddy drank and her mama yelled that her home was a living hell. I said, hey Jenny, how have you been? First time I saw you I was 9 or 10. About you when I'm all alone. Yeah, Jenny, a fact's a fact. Always stop someday you come back. Hope you got to find your paradise. I hope it's real nice. Took some money from her mama's purse. I said, wait, hold on, it's a whole lot worse. She took the car and she dumped their booze and jumped on Route 10 and flew down cruise. I said, hey Jenny, how have you been? First time I saw you I was 9 or 10. Think about you and I'm all alone. Hey Jenny, a fact's a fact. Always stop someday you come back. Hope you got to find your paradise. Tell me. sitting on our porch where we learned about love and a whole lot more. A sweet smile is what I miss. I fell in love with just one kiss. Turned this boy into a man in a daddy's Impala in a lemonade stand. I said, hey Jenny, how have you been? First time I saw you out in 903. Think about you when I'm all alone. Hey Jenny, facts are fact. Always stop someday, come back. Hope you got to find your paradise. I hope it's real nice.
Thank you very much.
Order in my studio. The Bob Polding Band. Got the boys right here.
How you doing? How are you?
What's going on, Bob?
Thanks for having us, man. This was a lot of fun.
No, thank you for coming. Now, announce your names.
Sure, this is Bill Frank.
Okay.
This is Mike Delicat.
All right, good.
Drummer, guitar player.
Guys sounded great. The rest
Thank
of the
you.
band sounded great.
Thank you.
So you're playing the Wonder Bar this weekend.
This weekend on Saturday night, we're doing a
Okay.
double set, and we have a couple of special guests coming.
I'll
Mr.
be there.
JT Bowen.
Oh, cool.
Johnny P's coming.
All right, yeah, I'll be there.
So we're
definitely.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a good night.
Yeah,
Now listen, lots been going on after COVID. You released a couple of new songs.
Yes. All during COVID, as you know, music was, basically shut down in my eyes for 2 years with touring and all of that stuff. The first gig we played coming back, we were behind plexiglass in a fishbowl with everyone with masks on, obviously, and it was just a bizarre time in everyone's life. So, in the beginning of COVID, there was a lot to write about, being cooped up in the house. Oh, no, that's not what I was writing about, but that's how I was feeling. But I was going up and down the Parkway to the studio with just Gary Oliar, who couldn't be here tonight, is our violin player, and also our engineer in studio that we record in. And he and I kind of kept to building the songs till the other guys can come in one at a time kind of thing. It was just a bizarre time in all of our lives where you couldn't be together. So it was a good time to write, and to your point, we released 4 new songs during that time, yes.
Cool. Now you have several albums out. The last one was My Streets, correct?
Yes, yeah.
What
My
were the
Streets
other
was
two?
the record. There Were Times was the first one, and then we released a few singles here and there.
Yeah, because I couldn't find the other one. I tried to find it.
That's the thing to do now is singles. People, I don't know if people are buying records. Has anyone here bought a record in a while?
I buy records
Or a
every now
CD?
and then.
I like vinyl. Like vinyl came back.
Yeah.
But I think with downloading and Spotify and YouTube and iTunes, releasing singles is the way to go.
It's the only way to go these days, yeah.
Immediately out to the public.
Well, you're back in the studio now.
Yes, we
You're
are.
finishing up a record.
Yes, sir.
And what's the plans for that?
It's get them done and get them out.
Get them done and get them out.
Because I have a problem when it's a good problem right now that the songs are flowing, they're coming to me, and I kind of put stuff on the back burner and get to the new one. Like the new baby is always the one that you want to give coddle, right? But a coddle. And we need to focus on getting everything done and releasing them all at once. So that's
Well,
what we're
me
gonna
and you met at Gary Pastor's house.
We did,
Good.
yes.
We got to give Gary a plug, and
Yes.
he's been on the show plenty of times
I
before.
love Gary. He's a dear friend.
And I knew him a couple of years before we even knew we were musicians.
Yeah. I was a bartender at Gary's
I was like,
party.
who's this crazy bartender? I wanted to make my own drinks. He's like, no, I'm making the drinks.
Yeah, everybody called the next morning and just said, who's the guy who got me sloshed? What's the picklebacks? You ever do have a pickleback with Jameson? Very, very dangerous, by the way. Pickle juice and Jameson.
I never tried that.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Yeah,
It catches
pickle
up to you.
juice.
Kind of like sangria. As soon as you walk out the door, you know.
I like Jameson. I'm a Jack guy.
I've had my fun with Jack as well. Yes.
It all depends on
Jose.
on my palate that night. So, like, what's the future plans? I mean, I know you're going to be releasing some singles, but tour, I heard, something, right?
Yeah, we're going to try to get back out and start playing. I mean, this band here, just to give you a little background, the other guys are I'm pointing to here. Joey and Mike are brothers.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah, and Jason is our guitar player, and we're a band of brothers, right?
That's cool.
And we've been together for 20-plus years, and it's taken us to some pretty cool places. We played Giant Stadium twice at halftime. I sang the national anthem twice, scariest 2 days of my life.
Nice.
But it's going to continue that way as a family as we move
You're
forward.
lucky. 20 years to stay together is a long time. I'm looking for a band to join, but I want to have a band. I want to join a band that's fun.
Exactly.
I was with original bands for years, but hardest thing to do, is keep a band together.
Exactly. Yeah, we've had our struggles, It's
Yeah.
like everyone else.
It's like a family.
We're here,
Well, listen, I want you guys back.
We'd love to come back.
Once you release a couple more of these singles.
Absolutely.
And then I'll see you Saturday, right?
Yeah.
The Bob Polding Band.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got glue in my mouth. My mouth is like stuck, I think. We'd like to thank everybody for coming to the show, and we wish Johnny Brennan the best, fast, speedy recovery for him and his wife, and we'll be seeing them in the future. I'd like to thank Paulie at Nucci's Restaurant for always supplying us with the great food. The food was great, guys, right? Yeah. Paulie's Restaurant, you go over there, you mention my name, they'll either throw you out or they'll give you 10% off, one or the other. So follow us on Instagram, Facebook, website, johnnyptv.com, YouTube, Vimeo. And that's it. Get home safe, take care, and have a good night. Thank you. Yeah.